Hi, my name is Siddartha. I'm a rapper, producer, artist from the GTA, Brampton specifically. That's where I was raised from middle school onwards, and but my background is of Indian heritage. So the type of music that I do is rap and hip hop. Through my older brother, for sure. So he probably started when I was like 5, but then I kind of ended up copying him as most younger siblings do. So by the time I was 10, I wrote like my first verse. Then I kept it in secret. Then I started really songwriting in high school because we had a music program in our school. I wasn't in the music program, but all my friends were. So then I started writing verses, and then uh, unfortunately, my brother passed away when I was 18. So when he passed away, I decided to take up the mantle. He was the one who was always in music. I was more into dance and theater and that type of stuff. So when he passed away, I decided to pursue music in his honor. And so I started full time at 18, I think. Yeah, no problem. Thank you. Uh, I think I think the way that I validate what I do is through time and effort. So by investing the time, by investing the effort, by investing, by spending my money and uh, I think I validate it by caring about it, honestly. Whether it be listening to music that I love or taking the time to make the music that I love. When you love it, and you put time and consistency into it, you don't need to necessarily validate it because like it's there. I mean, hopefully I'll have a long music career, so I'll have a catalog that'll probably be a variety of messages. But I think overall, what I want to do with my music is enable people and empower people to explore the ideas and say the things that are hard to say and hard to explore. I want to encourage self-awareness, and I want to encourage people to challenge themselves and be their best selves. So for me, with my music, I think I want to challenge myself and challenge the listener. Because for me, making music is therapy, but therapy is work. So, like therapy is outside of the actual profession of therapy, the act of growing and getting better means you have to challenge yourself and you have to challenge the ideas that you might have thought were obvious or that you might have grown up with. So I first heard about Rise actually through Randell. So nobody knew I made music until maybe 2019. I started releasing these little covers on Instagram, and at that point I started just looking around in the city, going to different auditions, trying to figure everything out. And so there was a manifesto audition for their Discovery series as artists, and I did the audition, and Randell was one of the judges. So after I did the audition, Randell told me like, "Hey, Rise is a thing, and we're doing this Rise and Flow competition. I think you should join." And so then I joined the competition alongside some amazing other artists. You know what I mean? And I was fortunate enough to be one of the winners of that competition, and from there it's been, I think, a go. Yeah. Well, okay, so I actually have a pretty strong street dance background. So I'm used to dance battling. I've been dance battling since I was like I've been in dance competitions since I was like maybe 15, nonstop, and I've been in some of the bigger competitions in the world. And so it was actually kind of funny when I did the Rise competition. I think most other artists aren't used to that competitive environment, but for me, it was like it felt like home a little bit. Like just the other day, like we did a dance battle against like Crump. One of those things would be what it means to truly support yourself, what it means to truly market yourself. Because for that competition, there was a component where we had to get votes through comments. And in that context, like I think normally if I'm releasing a song, I wouldn't push that hard. But in the context of a competition, I was messaging everyone on my followers list, like personalized messages, like being like boom, 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 making sure that reminding people, because I had a bunch of people who were willing to support me, but you could vote every day, right? So the Rise and Flow competition taught me what it truly meant to support myself, I think, because I had to go above and beyond and really believe in myself, because here you are up against all these other artists who also are amazing, who also believe in themselves. So it's like at the end of the day, if you don't believe, no one else will. And I think that's what the Rise and Flow competition taught me. How, man, I don't even know if I can put it in words. I can, my bad. That's my job as an artist, to put things into words. Honestly, ever since I've come across R.I.S E, they've been there every step of the way. Whether it be workshops, whether it be performance opportunities, whether it be the Rise and Flow competition, whether it be just general support, asking where I'm at. I think even just seeing the events that R.I.S E holds in the space and the fact that they create a space for other artists, like there are so many ways that what R.I.S E is doing is building and empowering artists that you can't even notice. Because when you build a space for an open mic, let's say, and I see an artist that really inspires me, that could have just been the reason I wrote my next 2 songs. So I think it's so many ways. I think the people at R.I.S E are some of the best. They really want to genuinely foster community and growth and empower artists to be able to have a sustainable business. Those are the things that I've personally felt from working with R.I.S E. So yeah. First and foremost, I think the artistry comes first. So make sure never to lose sight of that. The reason we make music is to connect with people. So if you start making things that are inauthentic to you, I think it comes across to people. So first thing is take the time to find what you want to express, and then take the time to really craft how you want to express it and how that comes out in a record. In terms of the other side, so that's the artistry side, being vulnerable, be authentic. In terms of the other side, in terms of business, I would say get out there. Make sure you handle your business and your relationships with integrity, that you treat people well. Because I think in the music industry, this is a business of connecting. You connect with your music, and then you connect with people. And I think that you should really take the time to work on yourself and make sure that you're showing up as your best self in whatever room you step in. I'm sure every artist, every person comes with insecurities, and all of that happens, and you may feel like things aren't happening on your timeline, but take your time. So take your time with the music, take your time with the connections, especially with the connections. Actually, without me rambling too much, I think that's big. When you're connecting with people, be authentic. Don't be going to people looking for a result from the first interaction. I think a lot of new artists need to hear that, is that when you meet somebody, then you meet them again, then you meet them again, then you meet them again, you get an idea to really feel if a relationship is authentic. And I think that's important. So make authentic work, have authentic relationships. Lots of good things. So I'm currently working on a project. Not working on a project, I have a project slated for release sometime next year called Late Bloomers. I'll be releasing singles soon, so I'm very excited for that. I have a single called Good Manners, which is coming out soon. Late Bloomers to me is kind of exactly what I was saying. It's about not being on anyone else's timeline, working, planting the seeds, watering it, giving it some sunlight, and letting you bloom when the time is right. So I think in this day and age when everyone is so accustomed to comparison and we have access to the world at our fingertips, we should be taking some time out to looking inside and seeing, what feels right to us. So yeah, Late Bloomers project coming out next year. I'm super, super excited for it. I've been working on it for a while, and so the music's really high caliber. Yeah.